little different than the podcast that he does at the place.
Whoa.
I still want to hear his. Who does his? Like, where does his podcast get distributed?
Let's see. It's called Soul Free Radio. What is it on? I don't even remember, honestly. It's good though. Talks about shoes, sneakers. Like,
he wouldn't strike me as a sneaker guy.
Fashion trend.
Yeah.
It's nice though. It's good. He's got good content.
Yeah. And how did you guys meet? He just started coming into the Soch?
No, it's from basically, he's involved. He does my social media now.
Okay.
So he's involved with us.
Cool.
That's cool. He's good. Yeah, he's a good guy.
All right. So what you're gonna want to do is you want to get up on the mic. You want us to get up on it. Yeah. You can bring it close. You could adjust that bitch up and down, just like this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you want to get a little even off to you. And
there you go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make sure these levels are good. But yeah, man, I love.
Levels are good.
Yeah, this is great, man.
Yep, we're here.
You're good. Right? You sound fantastic.
Let's do it.
I just ever since I moved in here, I just loved going down to the town of Roslyn, and then obviously coming to Roslyn Social, which is your spot.
Yes.
And that's kind of how we met, just vibing, and your girl knows my order by heart.
That's the idea.
Everyone heckles me.
Regular.
Cranberry, what is it? Splash of cranberry seltzer. They all heckle me now. But I know that obviously what we've done so far on the podcast, everything has been fitness, health associated, just everything along those lines and realm. I just think that entrepreneur side of things, we've had some people come on, and I know that you bring a completely different side to the table because you yourself are an entrepreneur.
Correct.
And the restaurant industry is a crazy one. So let me start off by just kind of prefacing, did you think that you were going to own a restaurant and be in the restaurant business when you were younger?
Pizzeria.
That
was the thing. I said, yeah, I'm probably gonna be in hospitality in some fashion, but a pizzeria was kind of the idea that I had in my head. I never thought that, it would become more of like a bar lounge, what it is now. But it was always the idea of I like people, so I like to talk to people. I like to get dressed up when I have to, and put on the show.
Personable guy.
That's what hospitality is, honestly.
Right.
Putting on a show for people, and you're having a good time, and hopefully they're having a good time there, having a good experience with you. So that was kind of the idea, pizzeria, but it just morphed into this. And now, as I grew and got older, then I saw the potential in other things, and that's kind of how we got the Soch going. So,
See, we're switching the names up now.
the Soch, I like that though.
Roslyn, that's what
I like it.
That should be on the coasters, you guys.
I like
the
it.
Soch.
the
I like
Soch.
I take the free coasters right now, but then when I gotta somehow get the Soch.
I don't know, man. My boys, before I kind of moved in, they knew that your spot and Kima were the hot spots to go to, especially at night. Now, what was the restaurant before?
It was Greek Mediterranean.
Okay.
They had a good run, and then we took over from there, and completely new ownership, all that stuff. So we all changed hands, and ever since then, it's a building process. The first 6 months have been good, for a new restaurant, especially in Roslyn, because you got a lot of people to impress.
Yeah,
it's Roslyn. It's not, it's not. The people here are unlike anywhere else because they're very smart. They go out every night. They're very smart in food, beverage. They know a lot of things, wine, any type of food. They're more on the healthy side, but they like to have a good time too. So that's kind of like how we got going. We want to get those people in and show them a good experience.
And I'm sure a lot of people think that just because it's Roslyn, they think everyone's throwing money, and that's not the case. Because if you don't have a good atmosphere and you don't have good food itself, just no one's gonna fucking show up.
They're gonna let you know.
Yeah.
They'll let you know. Maybe they won't let you know, but you'll know because they ain't showing up.
Now, so let's take it back. So obviously, where'd you grow up, by the way?
Locust Valley. Locust Valley, Bayville.
So you're Long Island,
North Shore, yeah.
Long Island guy.
Yep.
So what did you do prior to obviously being an entrepreneur, owning your own stuff?
My life was baseball.
Oh,
That's it.
Baseball,
There
man.
was nothing else that I did. Everything that I did revolved around that sport. I went to school because I went to Holy Trinity in Hicksville. I went to St. John's to play ball there. So there was nothing that I did that wasn't involving baseball. Summers, I didn't go out at night. I didn't, and you're a kid, high school, you go to parties. I didn't drink. It was baseball. So my thought process in my life leading up to, about 22 was I'm going to play professional baseball. That was it, And in high school I was an All-American. I was fortunate enough to get a ride to St. John's. Didn't have to pay for college. And I played there 4 or 5 years. Had Tommy John surgery. went through the whole
I
process.
feel like every baseball player I talk to has had Tommy John surgery.
Well,
Were you a pitcher?
I was a pitcher.
Yeah.
So it's so common now. I mean, it's like, it's riding a bike, right? For a pitcher at least. But there's a lot to be said about going through that process because you're an athlete in college. And if your mindset is baseball or soccer or whatever it is, and you want to go pro, and that's the only thing that you want to do, there's no second plan. Like, there's like, and I talk to my buddies about this all the time, my teammates. It's like, what did you want to do when it didn't work out? And I said, what do you mean it's not going to work out?
Yeah,
Of course it's going to work out. We're baseball players. Like, we're all going pro. We're all playing the major leagues.
and that could even be said for pro athletes because I know a lot of pro guys that once they retire, there's no second plan.
Now what?
They think they made millions. They think that they're set for life, and that money has a lifespan. I mean, if you're going to continue living that lifestyle of you play a couple of months out of the year, the rest of the time is training and this and that. Once that's over, those bills don't stop. But now that money is not coming in the millions anymore. So it's like both sides of the fence.
Yeah.
People don't think, what if it doesn't work out? And they also don't think, what happens after? There's no pension plan. There's no 401k unless you've been investing in it. So it's crazy to think that your life, which is dedicated to a single sole sport or thing, could just abruptly stop, and then you're sitting there with your hands up.
Yeah. I mean, when I graduated 2009 from college, I tried to play after. I went to my tryouts. I did all that stuff. I got scouts, whatever, scout days, but it never worked out. And I said, I'm going to give it 2 years. So I'll give it 2 years. And after those 2 years, if it's not going the right way, then, I got to do something. I got to figure it out, because I didn't go to school to be an accountant. I wasn't thinking that I was going to be a lawyer. I wasn't thinking that I was going to, do any of those things. And being an athlete, you always wanted to be competitive because that was kind of like the nature of the business. And you always, I was the kind of guy that always went and did above and beyond on my own. Like, I was by myself. I just go to the gym by myself. I didn't need anybody around me to get me motivated to do something. So I kind of took that into my life where I don't need anybody to motivate me to do something after ball. I just don't know what the hell it is. I have no idea what it's going to be.
Still figuring things
out. You're still figuring it out, So that was like when I was 23, 24. I said, hello, Nick. Like, let's try and do something. So I hopped around. I did a lot.
And what were you doing before you get into kind of what you were doing professional-wise? What were you going to college for? Obviously,
sports management.
Okay,
that's because I said baseball. I'm an athlete. I'm either going to be a coach,
which actually isn't a stupid decision because sports management would be a great field to drop into because you already know the game and you can build rapport with players because you know that side of their life.
Yeah, I said I'm going to be a coach, or I'm going to play, but that was it at that time. And then I coached after ball. I coached a little bit in college. I coached high school. And I was like, you know what? I was like, this is great. If you have the right connections, you can really, do a good thing. Like, my brother's a coach. He coaches at Holy Trinity High School. He used to coach at Stony Brook baseball. Like, he's a great coach.
Invested in it, yeah.
He's a great, great coach. But for me, it was kind of like, I want to smack the kid. And you get fed up with the kids because it's kids. You're like, and a lot of the times, if you take a great, I use baseball for an example. If you take a great baseball player, they have a very hard time coaching people because you're talented. Like, you can't teach somebody to throw 95 miles an hour. If you could, the next thing would be how do you throw 110?
Everybody would be Nolan Ryan on the mound.
Exactly. So it's not like a lot of the times they just do. They can't show people how to do it. They just do because they're so good at it. And that was kind of like the thing. Like, I was a good coach, I just didn't have the patience. So.
That's okay.
It happens. I mean,
you gotta understand sometimes.
I had a better time coaching kids that understood, a little bit older, pro ball kids or college kids. But the younger kids, it's
you got to keep their attention.
You have to keep their attention. You also have to deal with outside coaches that aren't coaches. I don't want to say parents, but I will.
Yeah, you know what? That brings up we had this guy Matt Giuliano.
I listened.
Podcast.
Yeah, I listened.
Yeah. And now he has the team of Yes, where he trains all the Down syndrome kids, and the worst people that he deals with are the parents who think they're all coaches. You know what I mean? He's actually trying to coach these kids. He's doing it a long time successfully. The parents, no, you're doing it wrong. What do you mean I'm doing it wrong?
I like when he said the kid was at bat. One of the kids was at bat, and he kept, I guess, striking out or missing, whatever. And the dad's yelling at him and cursing at him and just being an asshole.
Aggressive.
And so Matt goes, put the bat down to the kid, he says, "You get in here." He said, "What? You think you could do better, right? So come on in." And I think he said he straight struck the guy out.
It's not easy. It's not easy. I mean, you're facing a guy. I'll tell you from experience. You're facing a guy who's throwing 94, 95 miles an hour. You're hitting. You can't even see the guy's arm. You know, it's the ball. It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah, I played up until travel ball, so they were throwing hard. They weren't throwing like that yet, and I was good. I wasn't horrible, but that jump from
it's a jump
high school to travel when all the dudes start really taking it seriously, and I mean, I was very good for somebody who didn't revolve around baseball. I was somebody that could play. I had good strength. I had good arm strength. I was a catcher, so I could whip it down over to second base for a throw out and stuff like that. But then you start getting those dudes that get to play all season. Then they get their coaches on the weekend. Then they play summer ball. Then they're in fall ball. Then they're playing in the actual cages in the winter. And you get these dudes that are just excelling. And by the time you come back around to when you're playing them in just one measly season, they're whizzing by you.
Yeah. It's like I used to say to the kids that I'd play with, because they don't ask me questions like, "Oh, you played with this guy. You know, all these famous guys are in the major leagues. They're on your team." I'm like, yeah. Like, how were they? I said, listen. I said, you're the best player on your little league team. You got to go to high school. Then everybody else that's on that high school team was the best player on their little league team. Then you're just leveling up to college. You go to college, the best players on the high school team are now your college teammates, and it just keeps going and going and going.
Yeah,
so
it's progression. Right. It's like anything.
It's like business. Like you keep leveling it up. You know, yeah. So that's kind of like you meet people in business, and you keep growing as everything else grows around you. You know, if you do the right thing, and that was kind of like how baseball was for me. It was like it taught me routine. You know, that's like probably the most important thing that I've gotten from that. That and the camaraderie with the guys. Like you just. There's nothing like being in a locker room, which sounds weird, but there's nothing like being in a locker room with a bunch of your friends, like, and just playing ball and hanging out, like even
especially after a win.
Yeah, like
or even a loss. You guys hold your heads down together, you know, where you bring everybody back up and motivate one another.
It's a camaraderie thing. You're just hanging out with the guys, and you're just boys. You know, you're on the same page. You lost, you won, whatever it is. You go out to eat together, and then it's over, and then you move to the next day. Yeah, you challenge each other. You work out. You push each other. You know, you call each other a couple names, and that's it.
A couple? Oh, my God. My friends are real assholes.
No, they're pretty bad.
No, that's awesome. So you said that was like 23, 24 is when you stopped?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, you know, going back to that is like that period of my life playing ball when I had Tommy John, you know, it taught me a lot because you're out of what you love to do. So, like, you don't really know what direction you're going in. And when I'm sitting down on the sideline, you know, watching my buddies playing, where I obviously want to be on the field, you're like, damn, like, what the hell did I do wrong? Because I always thought that I was on the right track because I never did anything wrong. I always did the right thing working out. I always did the right thing, you know, probably not by school, but you know, that shouldn't really affect it.
Well, that's
right?
over.
Yeah, that's over.
You're on the right podcast. It's okay.
So, you know, I always thought to myself, what did I do wrong and how do I improve myself? You know, so then you really just like hone in on getting yourself better and trying to grow in any way that you can. And that's what that sport taught me. And that time period when I wasn't playing. Because when I came back, I was smarter. Wasn't necessarily better because I was still rehabbing, but I was smarter and I knew exactly what I needed to do to get better as an athlete. But like any athlete, you know, sometimes time just, you know,
time gets the better of you.
Time gets you, you know. So,
and that's the ultimate lesson of being an entrepreneur too.
Yeah,
is learning from mistakes, getting better and better and better every single week. That's all you can do. Plus the repetition. You know what I mean?
It's the uncomfortable periods that actually push you to the next level. Like I'm very open with what goes on with me and my business. I have a ton of clients that I'm currently working with, but projects are spread thin. Like I just told you before you got here, everybody pushed projects in December to January, and everyone's like dragging their feet. So this last month has been one of those periods for me where it's like that. Now I have to start following up with people where I haven't in the past. I haven't really had to go out there and continue the conversation with people. Everyone just flocked to me, which was great. Great little ego snack. You feel good about yourself. But at the same time, that's not how business always works. You have to learn that you want to continue succeeding, especially in your own thing and your own gig. You got to make the calls. You got to follow up with people. And I knew that, and I know that, but now it's like you got to stay hungry. You got to keep it going.
Yeah.
You know?
Do it.
That's what you got to keep doing.
You know?
Yeah.
And you know what? I just launched my my online coaching website, and I'm building up a team of affiliates again. But I remember back when I was 18, I had this supplement company called Canvas Nutrition, where it's kind of funny because I'm in the same boat as I was exactly with that company, where I just started out building up affiliates or partners, whatever you want to call them. And I just see myself doing the same things I was back then, but a lot smarter nowadays. So taking what I'd already done into new lessons into now, but I'm doing the same thing. I'm following up with people. I'm hustling a little bit more because I'm trying to build this new entity, you know?
Yeah, my mom's always told me, she's like, you know, it's not that people don't want to continue working with you or in general or start working with you. People forget. Life is busy. People forget to hit you up. Yeah. The amount of people that I say, hey, you know, my software that I use for CRM, so client relationship manager software, it helps me remember conversations that I've had with people, and I go, oh shit, been 2 weeks. I got to follow up with them because I don't know about you guys. Actually, I know about you, and I'm sure you. The weeks go by like hours, man.
Yeah.
Minutes.
Dude, I blink. I'm like, how the fuck is it 8 o'clock and I'm here still? How is it that that it's like 10 o'clock at night, and I feel like I just got to the office?
I said it yesterday. I said, holy shit, it's January.
Yeah.
I said,
weird.
Because I had a meeting with the team, you know, at the restaurant on Monday night, and I said, we went 6 months already, 6-7 months almost. Like, how the hell did that happen? I mean, we started doing this back in March.
You started like the intro phases to get in the
so
restaurant
in
together,
March, and then July we opened up. But you know, that whole period it flew. Like, and half of those things, I'm like, thank God it's going the way that it's going, because you know.
Yeah, it's great that you're not going, oh shit.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit, it's 6 months already.
It's 6 months already. Oh god damn, we haven't made anything.
No, I mean it's
Sure,
thankfully,
6 weeks.
you know, thankfully. So that's a positive about the place and the whole experience when people go in. You know, it builds that restaurant. It's keeping it going well. But there's still so much to build on. I mean, it's like any business. You have to build and build and build.
Yeah, keep scaling.
So the first 6 months we took it like, you know, we'll go kind of slow and put a lot of things out and just try and get as many people in the door as we can. And, you know, it's kind of like anything. And now you see what needs to be fixed and what was wrong. And now you can kind of really adjust and make it to a place where people want to be all the time.
Yeah, and we'll get into it as we go into, like, because I want to hear from conception to actually opening, and obviously your take on it, what some of the struggles are, stuff like that. I'm interested in hearing about that, and I'm sure everybody else is as well, especially because the restaurant business is no joke. Like, everybody wants to open up a restaurant until they have to open a restaurant.
Yeah.
Very hard.
And that shit gets crazy quick. I know I've been fortunate enough to know a couple of restaurant owners, obviously yourself. I was very good friends with George Pohl for a while. I used to help him when I worked at Apple, so I used to see him and speak to him all the time.
True.
And he's got a bunch of restaurants, obviously, and he knows how it is, and I used to hear from him how crazy things get. And my father used to work, so he was an iron worker during the day, and at night he worked at La Parma down in Oceanside.
Okay.
So he was a bartender down there. So I was part of like the family when I was a little kid because I'd always go there for dinner and to see dad and stuff like that. Yeah. So the hours, keeping up with the clients, obviously getting in all the food and making sure that you're keeping up with the times is super important, obviously in any business, but especially in a business where people are coming to you for good service, good food, and an experience, like
Correct.
you said.
Like the uniqueness about it is, you know, it's a sports lounge, I'll call it, right? It's not like anything else around here. So you have to be exciting. You have to have, you know, you have to be a step ahead because you need people to be excited to go to the place. I mean, you can get great food in this area. Like if you go out to a restaurant anywhere around here, they have excellent food. So, you know, to piggyback off of the excellent food, you need a place to hang out.
Yeah.
You know, and it's kind of, and we have great food too. It's just, you know.
That's what I was about to say. Don't sell yourself short.
No, what I'm saying, you know, it's an experience overall.
Yo, we have never had a bad piece of food there. Every time I eat the burgers,
every time, Nick kept trying to get me there. I one day had time, you know, because I was in prep at the time, but I had time to come in, and I'm sitting at the bar. I'm like, all right, it's going to be like good bar food. You give me burger. I go, what the fuck?
It's a good burger. I mean, I tell people all the time. I said, come in for a burger. Like, come in for the burger. Please. Come in for the burger.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You heard it here
Crazy.
first. Anybody who hasn't been to
the burger.
Roslyn
Everybody
Social, send a check.
Yeah, Roslyn Social, send a check. All right, we'll accept it afterwards. And the truffle fries. Truffle fries.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's actually backtrack. So let's backtrack to after St. John's.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't playing baseball anymore. And it was time to figure out what you were going to do.
Yeah, so I remember the car
and now
ride.
And real quick, though, how old are you right now?
33.
33, okay. So this was, you said 24, 25?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So I remember the car ride. I was with my father. And we just were leaving Reading, Pennsylvania, and I was at a Phillies tryout, and the scout told me, he said, we'll readdress you in a couple of weeks. I'm like, yeah, all right, yeah, sure, thanks, bro.
Right.
thanks.
Appreciate you for
So
looking at
I was
me.
in the car. I'm like, listen, I'm like, I got to figure it out. That's it. I'm done. So he had a business at the time, and I said, I'm gonna come work for you, and And he was in Manhattan, so I drove every day to the city, like for a couple of years, and it was a great business. You're talking about the CRM stuff. So what we did was we did loyalty retention for online gaming.
Oh, okay.
Right. So it was very unique. There was nobody that did it. There was probably 2 companies in the U.S. that did this.
And you're talking a few years ago before esport was really
Right.
big.
Yeah.
and-
No, this is 2011. Well, 2009, 2011 was kind
Okay,
of.
so everything really was popping off
Yeah.
now.
So, but that was also the end of it. So, at 2011 was kind of like the downfall of it. But it was online poker, So what we did was we didn't operate because you can't do that. But we took all of these clients and these guys and these customers, and we gifted them things, and we were a loyalty retention program. So a company. So we just had programs for them, upper echelon guys, and after that, I said, I was like, I can't work for you no more. You're crazy. No. So I wanted to do my own thing. I always wanted to do my own thing. That was kind of like in my head. I said, yeah, I can. I have partners now, but like at the end of the day, you still want to have that thing in the back of your head where you're like, oh, you know what, I did it.
It's my thing.
It's my thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So after that, I got into. My cousin opened up a trucking company, which it was me and him. We drove around. I was his little manager guy, and he was the owner, and he did his thing. And, I drove around, did that for about a year. I went into clothing. So I used to do like custom suits and custom shirts and all that stuff for people, which was fun. And then I got a job at Roosters on the Bay. So I did, it's in
Where's
Howard
that?
Beach.
Okay.
Huge wedding catering hall. And that was my introduction to hospitality, like really hospitality, because that place pumps. Like you're just doing weddings, 6 weddings, 7 weddings a weekend. Like it just pumps, and it's excellent. Like the place is just.
I've heard the name before,
Smooth.
so
Yeah, it just everything just goes so well over there, and it's just it's run like a machine, and it just keeps rocking, And that was my introduction to it. So I was there for a year, and Hurricane Sandy was 2012, 13, something like that.
yeah, I think it
Yeah.
was 12 because I just went away to Quinnipiac. So
Yeah, so around that time, Hurricane Sandy, I left there, and I got a job as a catering manager over here at Il Molino, which is right up the block. And I was there for a long time. So, I was there. I kind of went from catering to managing, and then that was like my education in the business.
I was gonna say, were you looking at that as
I was.
almost taking notes type of approach?
I said, because it's a great bunch of restaurants. I don't know how many there are now, probably 16, something like that, all around the country and the world. But that was like all right, this is a corporate structure. Like this is a corporate restaurant. Like you can kind of see how to do the right thing from a corporate standpoint, And I was never the kind of guy that was like a corporate or ever wanted to be involved in corporate, just because I'm a family kind of guy. So I like that, back and forth. banter
Small,
with people.
close knit type
exactly.
thing.
But that was an introduction to a different kind of type of business or type of operation to a restaurant. And my time ended there. And this was the juicy part now. So in 2017 or 16, one of those years, I got a job with my cousin running a gentleman's club in the city.
Oh, okay.
So I was a host manager, and that was for about 2.5 years. And that was like you're thrown in the middle of hospitality. Like that, you can't mess up with that thing because it was my favorite job, not because of the things that were going on, but just because of everyone's there to have a great time. Like
No one's there to have
nobody's
a bad time.
nobody's there to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Like if you are, don't go away. Because everyone is here to have
Or
fun.
you get to throw them out.
Yeah, everyone is here to have fun. So it's not like, so that job, actually gave me the ability to have enough money to do what I did.
Yeah.
So that was like, that's why I will never, that business is run more like a business than most things I've ever, it's just every single cent is accounted for. So it's not like, It was a great thing. It was
So
a great experience to me.
Out of those two, it was Il Molino,
Uh-huh.
out of Il Molino, and then the Gentleman's Club. Just obviously, I'm sure you saw a lot of similarities between both.
Yeah.
What is for you? I guess there's so many different aspects of a restaurant to make everything kind of run in sync. What is the hardest part? Do you feel?
Staff.
Yeah.
I think
Is it a turnover type of thing?
No,
or
it's
is
not
it
that. It's
trusting
that,
the staff.
It's not. It's a mix of trusting them and being able to train them the right way. Because, in a restaurant, if it's a small restaurant, or even if it's a larger scale restaurant group, which is even harder, you're not there all the time, right? So if you mentioned the Paul brother, right?
Yeah.
He's not. He's not every restaurant. So you need to find people that you trust, and you need to find people that are trained the right way, and they know your goal, your mission, because you got to get them on board. Because if you got somebody on board that's not, on the same mission as you or same goal, it's going two different ways, and you're all over the place.
That's something that I've always
so that's
been
the
nervous
hard,
about.
that's a very hard part. And I guess it's the type of restaurant too, because if you have, I'll use El Molino for example. Your servers and your waiters, they're more professional because this is like a career to them. You go into Manhattan, you got a lot of restaurants that it's a career to these guys. So they're making great money, and they'll stick it out, and it's a career. They know every aspect of service, like in and out. Got a place like mine where it's more of a fun, younger place. You got a different type of staff. You want people to come in and be like, wow, it's this cool girl, cool guy, or whatever. So it's a little bit looser, but you still have to somehow figure out how to train them the right way so that service is still proper.
Yeah, because they have to cater to multiple different types of groups. They have to cater to older, middle, younger. So you have to know the difference of who you can joke with what and do that.
And that's probably the second hardest part is that you're dealing with so many people
and personalities.
So it's like, where am I going with this guy? Like I've had numerous times where people have walked in the door and I've said, hey, how are you? Welcome. And I haven't even gotten a look. So it's like,
I remember from retail, man.
It's just like off the bat, you're like, oh, I don't know if this guy's a dick or.
And then some of them wind up being cool as hell.
You just got to kind of break the ice in some way. But then you could kind of tell who walks in, and you're like, this is gonna be a tough one. This is gonna be a tough one.
Don't fuck his order up, please. For the love of God.
I'm grabbing the waitress. Let's go, please.
If he said no tomatoes, no tomatoes.
Make sure it's medium rare. But that's the reality of it. It's like, when you deal with so many people, I'm sure in the gym too. Like, I'm sure people walk in, they're pissed off. And it's like, oh, do I approach this guy right now? What am I supposed to do?
Well, the part about the gym that's kind of crazy is you get the mix of obviously emotions. People are amped up on pre-workout, ready to go. Some people are upset that they have to be there because they don't want to be or because they're just starting their fitness journey. Some people are insecure, upset because they feel like everyone's judging them because they're starting their journey when realistically no one gives a shit and everyone's worried about themselves. And then you got everybody on steroids that's going crazy and biting the tables and the plates. So, it's a concoction of personalities and
madness.
Yeah, madness. I mean, listen, it's very entertaining and it's very fun. And when you're in business of it, I mean, John trains people, and obviously I work with a lot of the pros and amateurs and everybody in doing videos and photos. You get some great people on bad days. You get some not so great people on good days. So everyone's got their time, and it's just about when you're catching them.
Yeah, also if you become close with most of the people, you get to learn a little bit about them, and then is today the day to say hi? Is today that day?
After a loss at a show, it's like I'll say hi to them in a month.
So. That's the hardest. Those two things are very hard.
Yeah.
And then you got to control. You got to control the schedule. You got to control the staff, how many hours they're working. So that's like one of those things where you're gonna, food cost and payroll is like, out the roof sometimes. So you got to really, 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 like in a time like this, it's slow in January.
Yeah.
So you really got to cut staff. You got to say you're good to come in today. You're not. And do you want to do it necessarily? No, because everybody needs to eat, right?
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Does it feel bad sometimes?
Is that how you do scheduling for something like for a restaurant like yours?
We'll lay out a schedule, and then I'll kind of judge it by how it's going, and I'll either cut somebody or cut a couple of people, and that's it. I'll tell them not to come in, and if they come in, I'll have them stay a certain amount of time and do what they got to do, and send them. Save. You got to save.
Yeah, man, I feel you on that, man. I tell people all the time, as I've started this business, everything around this office, everything that I do, everything that I take out for a shoot, There's a dollar sign associated with that.
Yeah.
And a lot of that dollar signs I'm paying back still.
Don't leave the lights on.
You know what? I don't pay electric here, so
Leave them on then.
I leave the air conditioning on. I leave the lights on. This neon sign never gets turned off.
The other day, and I actually Matt, when he did the podcast, I remember he was talking about this. I looked at my electricity bill and I was like, "Holy shit!" I was like, "What the hell did I do?"
What is this number?
Turn those fucking wings off. Turn that neon sign off.
I'm like, I had 2 neon signs running, 20-something TVs. Like, I got an arcade video games now. Right, so I just put it on Monday.
Where is it?
Upstairs.
Oh, we're so going.
Yeah,
after
so
this.
I got Buck Hunter, I got the Golden Tee, I got one of those claw games. I'm adding a couple more. So yeah, that's fun. But they're still running. They're running right now.
Oh yeah, of course they are.
They're running.
He's thinking actually.
I'm thinking about maybe I should text him and
I'm
tell
going
him
to the bathroom real quick.
He's like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Good thing it's close.
Yeah, he's just running. Imagine we look out the window. He's running down the block.
Don't worry, you got to put dollars in. They're not free.
Okay, good.
But yeah, I mean, you gotta. You really, at the end of the day, you got
Operational costs.
Yeah, it's operational costs. And that's your rent is your rent.
Which is the crazy part, because when I talk to people about how I price my services, and I know John, how he prices his services, a lot of people just hear a number or they hear a package price and they go, "Oh, really?" Well, you're not thinking of me driving to the shoot, unloading all the equipment, shooting, putting it back away, coming back to my office, offloading all the footage. Dude, there's more than just the 2 hours that you see me.
And I don't want to cut in. The biggest thing that people don't see is the years of knowledge it took for both Nick and I to get as good at your craft that you're doing. I literally flew halfway across the world to get better at what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he went to see, I don't know if he's heard that. He went to go
I
see
heard it.
Dorian.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Spain. You went to Spain?
Yeah, it was in Marbella in Spain.
I'm super jealous.
And then people go, "What do you mean you charge this?" What do you mean I don't?
Yeah, I mean, it's
true.
It's just, it all comes, and I'm not, and I don't complain about it. I just, my standpoint is I used to get upset. I used to get super irritated, and I used to just like throw my hands up and go, fuck it. But as of late, now I educate them. I'll say, listen, I understand that this is the package price that I gave you. This is, you're giving some pushback on, or you don't understand why. Let me explain why it's that price. Let me explain all the stuff that goes into it. Oh, you want me to shoot you on my $5,000 lens? Why would I charge you $100? I don't know. It's just you got to weigh out the pros and cons.
Yeah. It's like
I give packages now. If you can't afford that, that's fine. We'll do this, but don't expect it to look like all the videos you see on my Instagram. That's just that's top tier stuff. That's what I'm putting all my effort into.
You're a professional. What you do?
Yeah. So
portfolio.
but that's kind of how, and I'm sure that's how you guys structure pricing of not only your items on the menu, but you got to factor into your staff, the electric, the operational costs, and then of course actually sourcing the food itself, because that's probably some of the more expensive stuff. Because I know nothing about that.
Yeah.
And you don't use cheap shit.
No,
I mean, yeah,
you don't. I don't.
you can taste it.
So it's all fresh stuff. So it's not like I'm not freezing anything. So I got to pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was talking to somebody today about that because I got beat up.
Yeah, you were gonna tell us what happened.
Yeah. So all right. So we'll go back a little bit then.
Was it not medium rare?
The duck hunter stopped in the middle of mid-shot. He came upstairs. Hey, what's up, everybody? Everything good up here? They throw the gun at him.
I love that game. No, so when I finished playing ball, right, that was my outlet. That was my way to work out. That was my
Sanity.
yes. So when that was over, I had to find something else. So I found so I began training Muay Thai, right, and then I met a coach there. He was a boxing coach, and he just opened up his boxing gym in Mineola, which is 5 minutes away from here.
Plug it. What's the boxing gym?
Slick Sluggers.
Slick Sluggers.
Yeah.
And when did this open?
I want to say December 29th.
Really? Oh, so new.
Yeah, super new.
Cool.
Damn.
So this guy, we had the same conversation today. I said, when you charge somebody something, you're a professional. Like, you've been doing this for such a long time. Like, if you don't like it, go somewhere else. I'm not to say go somewhere else, but
No,
you're not going
yeah.
to get the same thing at
You obviously
what you're getting.
what I've said, and I don't want to cut you off. I want you to continue what you're saying. But what I've said to people is, I completely understand that this price may not be what that you are willing to spend, or you understand why I'm charging you for this. You are more than welcome to price it out with somebody else. There's a lot of other videographers, photographers that may do stuff, but you've obviously come to me for a reason, because you like my style, you like what I do. I'm happy to work with you. However, it's got to be fair to both of us. That's kind of how I've gone about it, and I've tailored the way I speak to people that give pushback.
Yeah.
True. But anyway, that's how I got beat up today. So. Now I get to wear this for a little while. No, so when the gym opened up, when the restaurant opened up, I kind of put that fitness part of my life aside because I was two times a day, Muay Thai, lifting at night, like the whole thing. I was training for fight. I was my head was like crazy. I was ready, and when this opened up, I said, listen, I got to make a little bit of a sacrifice. I don't want to do it because it's such an important part of everyone's life, which I 100% agree that it should be a part of everybody's every day because it's good for your head, it's good for your body. But I took some time off. Today was my first real day back.
Oh, it's tough getting back in.
Yeah,
but, but you'll feel it, and you'll get back into the grind of things.
It's good.
What are you doing? Are you doing it early in the morning?
I did 10 o'clock today. So
okay. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I'm at the gym 6:45, 7 a.m. every morning. It's not because I want to be. I said it last time. My cousin, everybody else, that the wedding that he has coming up in April, and I'm one of the groomsmen, and I said I'm going to drop down to 185 for the bachelor party and the wedding. I said I just want to get a little bit more toned up and leaner and this and that. They're judging me instantly and saying, "Oh, really? You're at the gym Christmas Day? Do you fucking think I want to be there? No, but I know that I've been eating like shit, and it's time to hold myself accountable and keep the course. Because if I don't, I'm gonna fall back. I'm gonna be okay and get complacent, and then that's when all of a sudden it's April, and you're like, why don't I fit in my suit? So." Getting it up every day, 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Up, out of the way. Dorian Yates is my alarm clock.
I saw that.
Dude, it is the funniest thing in the world.
It just yells at you.
Real quick, and then we're going to get back to it. Every morning to get me ready and pumped up for training. So today I got up at 7:15 because I didn't. It's an off day, but literally Dorian Yates back and rear delts. This is what wakes me up every morning. See if it'll play. I don't know if it's going to play. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's because this. Ready? There we go. Let's get nasty. Yo.
Up and out of it,
Scare
running
the
around.
piss out of me.
Bro.
Who's in my room?
Dude, every morning I wake up, my eyes shoot open, and I just... All I need to do is design something that just dumps pre-workout on my face, and I can just run out the door and I'm ready to go every morning. But I got to get it done because if I don't,
Got to get it done.
I got shoots, I got this,
Yeah.
I got the podcast. I don't get home till 8, 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to go late at night anymore. I want to be able to just be done with it, get on with my day.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that it always did for me, even, just from growing up to being in all these different types of businesses and you're making it an important part of your day is it sets up your day for you. It's like the kickstart, it's so important for people that are in business for themselves to take care of themselves because they don't, then their business is going to go to shit. It's going to go to shit.
If you can't take care of your own body, how are you going to build something external that takes care of hundreds of people?
True.
Yeah, you're not going to.
No. Yeah. And it's not, and it's that, and it's people. When you're going to the gym, you're confident, right? You have a little. Well, most people are confident.
Sometimes a little too confident.
Sometimes, but at least, but
See
people know that.
You see how I walk after back day, pop,
Like this.
flared out.
But people can feel that. They sense that.
Yeah.
So it's something that you carry on to every part of your day. I go to the bank. I'm walking like,
Yeah, I got my workout in.
I
feel
got my
great
workout in.
right
I got
now.
money. Let's go.
Let's go. Take it all.
Take it all.
Now,
Let me get some.
Never mind.
Give me 50 back.
I'm just kidding. I need change.
Please, do you have any extra?
But yeah, it's a very important part, especially when you're in business for yourself or in anything, honestly. So,
And you're making delicious food that will pack it
yes.
on quick.
Oh, yes.
yes, I have moments. I say, am I going to eat the? Yeah, absolutely, I'm eating the fried food today.
What with the cheese
Philly
steak,
cheese.
the
Oh,
cheese
yeah,
steak,
Philly
egg
cheesesteak
roll
rolls.
things.
Oh man.
Oh my
I
god!
put those down. Those are good.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little upset you didn't bring any cheesesteak rolls for the podcast, and just so my office just starts to smell like
Smell?
it 24/7.
Next time.
Oh god! I'm gonna take that air freshener out, and I'm just gonna have cheesesteak rolls.
fill
in there. People could be like, "Are you a videographer? Are you hanging meat in
Hungry.
there? What the fuck is going on?"
They are good though. I tell you again, for a new concept for this area, the food is excellent, and everybody that comes in and actually eats the food loves it. So, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I've
What
never had a complaint.
What else
Yeah.
can I really, maybe they want it because it's Roslyn, so you got to have that balance sometimes. Is it healthy? Is it, it's a sports bar, right? So you're going to eat sports bar food. You're going to have some fried stuff. And it's going to be on the menu. It is what it is. Like,
yeah, I got the grilled chicken salad. Grilled chicken salad, phenomenal.
If you want something healthy, just don't order the fried food.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
There's plenty of things to eat that,
Burger
so
without the bun, like you're good. You could do a lot
you're
of
good.
things.
You can do a lot of things.
A lot of things.
A lot of things. I do them too. So,
You got
a salad. I do portobello mushroom on the side. Grilled chicken, salad. It's the whole thing. You can do anything.
We're learning the secret menu now.
That's what I was about
No,
to
there
say.
is a
Yeah,
very, very secret menu.
Oh,
but that's something that I can't put on here.
all right. Turn the mics off. What can we order?
There's some good stuff.
So let me rewind. After the Gentlemen's Club, getting the ability to have some money saved up, funded, which is a huge part of obviously starting the business. Not just having the idea, jumping into it, but having a business plan and having some funds behind you, because that makes it easier than having to bring in 1 million investors, and then it's almost like you're back to having bosses.
Yeah.
So once you did that, what was like the next steps for you? Did you know you wanted to do Roslyn? Did you know that space was going to be open?
Yeah. So I met my partner three years ago, and we've always, for some reason, we always just kind of talked about doing something together. And there was never, I was at the club, so I was super busy. That lifestyle, working overnight. I get home at 8 o'clock in the morning sometimes, so it's like you're really just thrown off. So it's not normal. It's not normal. It's fantasy world anyway, but it's not normal. And so we met. We were talking about some stuff, and trying to do a couple of different things around the area. And then finally, he got the wind of this place going up, and we just jumped at it. And it was quick. It was like we talked about it in like I want to say beginning of March maybe, and it was done at the end. Around that. It was quick. So getting the right team together is a hard part. Because in a restaurant or anything, you need a lot of people. Again, going back to trusting people and knowing, who can do this, and kind of delegating the right things to people. You still try and build the team the right way, and that part wasn't too challenging because we kind of had an idea of who we were going to bring on with us. But
what was the top-down selection? Like, you guys obviously were the heads, and then kind of what were the roles that you assembled after that? Because obviously, bartenders, wait staff, stuff like that would be at the lower tier because you have to obviously be open and ready to go.
So I mean, it's the bartender, wait staff, and all that it's more important than you think because by us the bar is super super busy. Yeah. Right, so that's like the majority of what we're doing,
especially on Thursdays.
Especially on Thursdays, you plug it.
Come on, bro.
Thursday nights rock.
Thursday nights, you started out. Let's
DJ,
go.
crazy, wild.
They got neon wings. I don't know if you know.
They kill a lot of electric, but
basic photo. I love it.
Basic photo. Look at the Instagram at Roslyn Social.
There you go. The only person actually taking advantage of this.
See?
Please do.
That's because of you guys. I did. I was ready to just talk.
Plug it.
No,
just gotta send the check afterwards.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
It's over there. come by later. Yeah. So I mean, you had the guys at the top, right? The partners, and then you kind of have someone who can work on your marketing, who can blast stuff out for you, who can do construction, things like that. Those little things that you need done. Like when you take over a new place, there's so many things that you don't know. Is this okay? Is the kitchen okay? Is the oven okay? It's all these things working properly. You have an idea, but like before we opened up, we were set to rock, and we turned on the exhaust for the first time, and we're like, oh shit,
it just blew out.
That's a bad feeling.
Oh shit, something happened,
All right,
but it was working.
Turn the exhaust on.
No, what happened? It was working it was working for a couple hours. Like, oh, this is great, But then, oh shit, and there's a cost, there's an expense. So there's a lot of things that come up when you're opening up a restaurant that you out in any business, but when you're taking over a spot that was a restaurant, you have to keep some funds on the side because you're gonna have to fix something. And that
was it a lot? Did you guys have to run into a lot?
Thankfully, it wasn't.
Nice.
Thankfully it wasn't. But it's still, it's things that are unexpected. It's unexpected costs that you got to
before you even make a dollar.
Yeah.
Of course, before you make a dollar. And you do the best that you can to market the place before it's opened up. So that people will show up. The first night we opened up, it was a madhouse. It was insane.
Now, did you do a lot of press before, or
we did a little bit?
Okay.
We did a little bit. My partner, he has a couple of other places, so we did a lot of marketing in there. And we had the Long Island Hospitality Ball, which is at Crest Hollow every year. So we did a lot of marketing at that. but social media, of course. And we tried to, like, you prep up to the opening, you give a little here and there. This is a little sneak peek of the chicken sandwich that's coming out, But when we opened up, we knew it was going to be busy. We didn't expect it was going to be that busy. So the biggest challenge for the first month and a half, 2 months was in the summer, which I don't think we expected, but because we have a rooftop, which is outside, which is beautiful, we were packed.
Yeah.
So it was like, holy shit, like everyone's got to get on the same page right now, So it took a little while for everyone to really get on the right page. And it was a good thing and a bad thing because you got thrown into the fire.
Yeah, trial by fire.
You got thrown into the fire, and it's like you perform, and if things go wrong, I can't tell you how many things we just, I'm so sorry, here to take this.
Yeah.
You're throwing things at other people. You got a dessert.
Yeah, trouble fries.
You get this.
Yeah.
But you're trying to make everybody happy because it's the first time they're there. It's the first impression, and it's the rest. People are coming to you, right? So they're coming in to have a good experience. They're bringing their families. They're bringing their friends. They want to drink. They want to have a good time. They want to have good food. So they're coming into you, so you have to deliver a good experience to these people because
they're going to tell all their friends about it, and
word of mouth is.
They'll also tell all their friends about their bad experiences.
Of course,
It
goes a lot faster with the bad ones.
Well, that's what I was going to say. When I worked at Apple, they used to call them detractors, and basically they would say that you get 5 extra detractors for every one. So one person is more likely to tell 5 of their closest friends that they had a shitty experience at Apple, at your restaurant, stuff like that.
At security dodge.
Yeah, at security dodge. Bunch of motherfuckers. We're going to go beat the shit out of all of them.
Where's that? Where's that place?
They've been fucking his car up.
Doesn't even matter.
Doesn't even matter. Don't even go there. They're more likely to spread the bad word than the good word.
Yeah.
Even though in society today with social media and everyone posting their meals and posting just about the good food that they're eating, those 5 people could ruin the business more so than one good post.
Yep.
So
Like you look at the Yelp and all that stuff, like that guy had good reviews, but there were some that were a little dicey. I was like, what the hell did I do to this guy?
they're trying to get,
what did I do to this guy?
trying to get free desserts.
Oh my God. Trying to take stuff down, they're putting it back up. Come on, man. Just give it up.
If there's something you need on Amazon, like say a computer, for example, right? And everybody says good reviews, good reviews, good reviews, and then you have one review that says the thing doesn't even turn on.
That's when you go,
They go, oh, well, why would I buy a computer that doesn't turn on? Well, no, motherfucker. Either they did something wrong or they got a faulty one and they mailed it back and it was fine.
Yeah. And that's kind of like what you navigate around,
Yeah,
so
you got to be intelligent enough to navigate around the bullshit.
Yeah.
But there's going to be plenty of those people.
Listen, that the funny thing is that a lot of people will say negative stuff, right? And I don't find that people will say a lot of positive things to you, like to your face. But a lot of the times they don't spread that out. Why? I don't know. But it's just, it's kind of how people are. Like, you can post pictures, like people post pictures all the time. And again, the restaurant's doing great, so people love the place. But, you notice these things as you go along. So I wish everybody would do nicer stuff.
Yeah.
For real.
Well, you know what? People want people to feel bad for them for whatever reason.
Yeah, well,
It's a pity competition.
negativity sparks more emotion than positivity. And I found that... not that people, I won't say that people support negativity. It's just, it's more of a talking point. Like if you look at social media right now on Facebook and shit like that, I can't see another fucking political post. I don't care. Like,
It's crazy.
I have people that are followers of Arash, the guy I work with. He's Iranian. I have people messaging me from Iran. Some are saying positive shit. Some are saying like negative shit. I'm just like, why are you messaging me? I don't care. I'm a photographer. What the fuck do I care? Like, I don't mean to say like I don't care about what's going on in your country, but why am I going to open up this debate? They'd rather spark those conversations than say, hey, that was a great photo you just posted.
Of course. Yeah.
And that's kind of unfortunately how it pans out on a lot of things. And like I've said, you'll see even your close friends and family, you'll see them support a Kardashian, like their photo. But it's like you're looking on your page, you're like, it's a little dry on here from my friends and family. Same thing with me. I don't give a shit. I say this on almost every other episode probably. I don't give a shit how many likes I get because when I know that Instagram is a pay to play platform now. Oof, holy shit, pay to play platform. They're looking for ad revenue. That's what they're looking for. It has been free for many years. They've given organic growth to the first people that really dove in right when the platform started. hoard themselves out, did their damn thing, and became famous. And now the people that are still trying to get that natural organic growth, you're not getting it. You got to pay.
You got to pay.
Your followers want to see that video, that photo that you just posted? Yeah, guess what? You should run an ad on it. You should run an ad to increase the engagement on your account.
Yep.
So me personally, it's not that I won't. I know what I'm going to get if I don't. So if I don't pay for that platform, I know that my friends and family aren't going to see that. But at the same time, you would hope that your friends and family are going to go out of their way to support your business.
Of course.
Doesn't happen. Yeah. Doesn't happen. Everyone's too busy liking fake people that they don't know in real life. That it doesn't matter if their like is there or not because they have 50 million other likes that they're getting on a daily basis. But you and your restaurant, me and my business, John and his personal training and his new personal training app, people may not be as keen to double tap that because in my mind, and I'm not going to say this for everybody, and I don't want to rant on it, but in my mind, it's almost as if they think that they're at the same level as you right now. So you see your peers at pretty much the same level. Everyone's doing their thing, different jobs, different careers, whatever. If they start giving you that love, maybe you get a couple extra opportunities. Maybe you start growing, and now you're at that famous and next level. And it's not that they're not happy for you in that situation, but people don't like to see other people that start at the same level as them outgrow and get higher than them.
Yeah, everyone wants to see you do good, but not better than them.
Exactly.
Yeah. But the problem is they're not doing anything.
They're not fucking doing anything. They're like a Kardashian lipstick that doesn't mean anything. They have millions in marketing dollars. But we're sitting over here trying to organically reach people with good content, and it doesn't get seen. John knows. It's a real point for me, and everyone knows.
So what about those Photoshop booties, Nick?
I should have brought drinks.
Oh, you should have, man. I would have happily had a drink right now. So it just amazes me because I spend hours on videos.
I know.
And I'll get maybe a couple, like 1,000 views here, a couple hundred here, whatever. It's very up and down depending on when I post, who I posted with, blah, 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 whatever. There was a girl yesterday. I got to show you guys this video. There's a girl yesterday that I guess she's trying to get sponsored by any company she can. So she's getting sponsored. She's putting out ads. Oh, hey, Mom. She's putting out ads for herself in hopes that these companies see her and they'll throw her money. So she did one for Manscaped, and it's her in her lingerie, and the caption was, "When you know he manscapes, this is how you greet him at the door." And it's her running around in her lingerie, holding up a fucking razor, and then like her in sex positions on the couch. That gets 20,000 views. Listen, great body. I'm not sitting here saying she doesn't have a great body, but this is what we're giving attention to? This fucking moron doing this? Okay, sick. Just intelligence. I don't understand why people can't just support good, and instead they support average and really low-level, small-minded thinking. Support world leaders that are doing good things. Support people that are like Britain that are going out and doing fucking beach cleanups and trying to save the world.
Yeah.
Support quality.
Like, we get it. She's got an ass. She's got breasts. Whoa. Yeah. It's nothing we haven't all seen before. Or at least, I mean, younger kids, maybe they haven't. But like older guys, it's everything we've seen before. You seen one, you've pretty much seen them all.
I know where I worked.
Oh my God, that's the soundbite right there. But like for me, and I don't want to listen. I don't want.
Well, I mean, you saying that now makes me think about most of the people that I met in that business. It's the same thing.
But you know what?
Yeah.
That's their business. So if that's what she is, if she is a dancer and that's what she does, okay, that's how you market yourself. Cool. But it's just any girl that props themselves up, and I mean, I'm sure it happens to guys too. I just don't find them because it's all the girls that my friends.
Those are your accounts to staying away from.
I'm staying away from all of them. I just like puppies on Instagram now.
Right?
I guess the moral of the story after this rant, and you guys can chime in, but I'm going to end it right here for this part. I just feel like you have friends and family in business. You have people that you know that are starting from the ground up and are really trying to get their not only career off the ground and excelling, but their name. And you're not going to support them for whatever reason, but you'll support a random hot girl on Instagram who she never knows that you exist, a random hot guy on Instagram, he doesn't know you exist. It's just the morals are so fucked up, in my opinion, that's where the bad part of social comes out. And like you said, all love all around. Like, right? It's like why can't you support the the friends and family? And I'm sure a lot of people do, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people feel like that's not the case. If you don't feel like that's the case, let us know. Tell me. I'm more than happy to debate it with you, and I'll send you that fucking stupid video. But I don't want her to get any more views. So
no, I mean you're right though, because there's new platforms that come out, I guess, on social media, and you got a bunch of people doing things that they're just trying to be seen, right? What are you really providing? Like you're just trying to be seen. What
about the bad shit, like the Tide Pod challenge? Look, people, look, you made a Tide Pod. What are you, fucking stupid?
Your fucking mind.
Yes, you are.
Well, that's what I'm super scared of. I'm super scared of the next generations, because that's the norm for a lot of younger girls and guys, doing dumb shit for attention on social media.
You're doing dumb shit. And
it's scary.
So you're doing this dumb shit to get out there and be seen by people, and for people to respond back to you, wherever the case is, you get a sponsorship or something.
A 15 sponsorship.
What are you doing? Like what are you actually doing? What are you providing?
The other one is when people are posting all these stupid things, dressing up barely anything, right? And then you read their bio. Oh, I'm trying to apply to Harvard. I'm gonna be a doctor, lawyer, president. Goes, well, really, I hate to break it to you, babe, but that's all on the internet forever.
That's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
That's stuck.
You really think that they're unraveling everyone else's tweets? They're not going to unravel yours. They'll find them.
Yeah.
They'll find them no
I'm gonna
matter
start
what.
writing that. Going back to Harvard. I'm on my way.
I don't remember his name, but a kid I grew up with in high school. Kid, he really isn't a good student or anything, but he applied to Harvard on purpose. And then he got the rejection letter framed.
He got the letter.
Yeah,
he got the letter.
At least I got back to him.
He got the letter.
I don't have a Harvard letter on my wall yet.
I'll write one for you.
Yet we can make them up.
What's the application fee?
But yeah, I mean the social media thing. It's I push social media as much as I can. But the thing with that is too, like, for my restaurant, you push out on social media, but you're reaching the people that are following you, right? So you have to do something, or sometimes not even, but you have to do something else too. I mean, it's, if you have 4,000 followers, you're reaching out to these only 4,000 people. Mm-hmm. But, how many are actually, watching that? What's the response on that? What is, what's the level of engagement? So
not much unless you pay for it.
Yeah. I mean, you got to do a lot of things, I mean, unless you're like one of these guys that's a social media influencer and everyone's watching them just to watch them. You got a lot of content being put out there by different people. But, for me, I'll push out a flyer for, a Taco Tuesday. I mean, it's going out to just the people that are following me, but, there's still more that needs to be done. Mm-hmm. So that's part of business. You got to do a lot.
That's your marketing.
Yeah.
That's your marketing dollars right there.
Yep.
Let's go to, obviously, assembling the team. That's where we left off, kind of. Mm-hmm. So assembling the team. After you assemble the team, and you obviously have to take a toll and collateral of everything that needs to get done, fixed, ordered. I'm sure, changing out logos, designs that were already in the restaurant. Yeah. Kind of walk us through what kind of happened from there, if you could.
Actually, the funny thing, the last thing we did was take down the sign.
The last thing?
Yeah, the last thing we did was take down the sign in the front.
I guess I would do that too. Night before, it's like,
yeah, it was like the unveiling.
Out with the old.
Oh shit, forgot about that one.
The big thing up top, But what we did was we walked around. The first time I went into this restaurant, I sat down and I was with my partner and we're sitting across from each other, and I looked around and I said, "This is it. Like this is a perfect spot for what we're trying to do. Like it already has the interior, like, building, the core is there. It's like it's got the brick, it's got a beautiful, like, interior. Mm-hmm. So the other shit we had to get rid of, but the bones were nice. And when you got that rooftop upstairs, outside, it adds a lot to it, right? Mm-hmm. So we said, okay, we need to spend money on getting rid of this crap, putting new stuff here, and a lot of the things that are forgotten. I mean, the menu's huge. So we had a team of guys that came in, and they helped us, and they kind of guided us to the point where we are now. They helped us in the beginning to get everything going, hire people in the kitchen, because staff in the kitchen is hard too. That's a huge turnover.
Yeah.
Because you're in the kitchen. It's like you're there all day. You're there not all day, but you're there a lot.
Yeah, prepping the food.
Nobody sees you. You're not talking to anybody.
Everything.
It's like, oh shit, this is boring as hell. You can get dishwashers. Like you have all these things. So, we had that group that came in and helped us out.
And this was an agency that helps?
No, it was just guys that we had on. Yeah, we brought them in, and they helped us. And they're still, one of them's still with us.
Cool.
So, He helps us out anything that we need menu wise, food wise. So he was kind of like the front guy to getting the vendors on board. Because you got to get like the Ciscos of the world and like those big food purveyors and stuff like that to get on with you. Then you get the liquor, right? So in the liquor you got your licenses and all that stuff. So you gotta get your permits and dealing with the town. Honestly, for me was not too difficult. I was actually kind of happy with it because I've heard things about the town of Roslyn that it's hard to deal with, but for me they didn't give me any problems. So they still don't, and we're not doing the wrong thing, so they shouldn't.
I feel like they have a lot of in and out businesses right now, especially on Main Street.
See that's
probably another reason they want.
They want it to stay alive.
Yeah, I mean that's a thing that I always think in my head. Like you walk down the block. There's in Main Street at least. There's 2 restaurants, and then there's a bunch of other crap going on. Like there's not you look across the street. There's 4 storefronts that are out. It's just a bad look. But thankfully that things are going well, and I'm okay with where I am. But I would love to see that.
It's fucking fat. Every 5 podcasts we have, there's like always a vacuum in the background. It's like becoming a standard now.
Can you not hear us?
Can't you hear recording here?
Can you hear recording?
Why don't you come in here?
It's not a goddamn meeting. Get him a mic.
What do you do? Come on.
Tell me about your background.
So yeah, I mean, in the beginning, when you're getting the team together, and then you're basically running a checklist of what you need to get done. Most important on my end was all the permitting, the permits and the licenses, and that was like the thing that I needed to get out of the way for myself. Then I had the guy who was taking care of the food, the 2 guys. They were kind of building the menu. Then you had the construction side. That was thankfully it was minor. I just ripped out all of the booths and the chairs and all that stuff. Got them reupholstered and put in the the high tops on the bar side, which when you guys come to Roslyn Social, you'll see.
You'll know.
You'll know. Party side. We redid the floor. So we lightened it up a little bit. We basically tried to make the place a little bit brighter because it was a little dark.
I never went in there before.
Yeah, it was a Mediterranean place. It was kind of had like that darker type feel to it, which is the total opposite of down the block. Keene is a bright white place, but this was kind of like a little darker. And we wanted to brighten it up and make it a place for people to go to have a good time. The biggest addition obviously was the 2 neon signs.
Which people love.
Which they love, which is,
ironically, did you think it was going to be that poppin' with the neon signs?
I knew, so the now use can't leave sign by the door, I said, I'm putting this, I don't care what anyone said, I don't care what the town says, I don't care, I'm putting it up. So, when we first opened up, that was the place to take pictures. Because anyone knows a Bronx Tale would know that was kind of like, if you've seen the movie, that was kind of like that line, like now you can't leave, And then when we had the angel sign, not the angel sign, the angel wings. We get a lot of kids like going for kids parties. And they like run downstairs, they run around, they're all taking pictures. I bet if 13-year-olds had Instagram and I was following them, I'd see angel wings all over the place around social. But yeah, that was a huge addition. And that there was 2 things that we really needed to bring people in, like just like, oh, that's so cool. They have them everywhere now.
Do they?
Yeah, I mean, they have people have neon signs all over the place. It's like it's a photo prop. You take pictures in front of it, and we put Roslyn Social on it, obviously, so that people can see where they are. And that's kind of like the thought process of just I guess along a marketing standpoint.
It's like a small little marketing thumbprint.
Yes. So the marketing team when we first started also. When we started taking pictures of the food that was coming out a little bit and a little bit of the construction, kind of showing the process of
build some hype.
Yes, exactly. We're building the hype, and then leading up to when we opened up again, like I said, it was slam packed, and we didn't expect it, but it was good. It was like again trial by fire, so get thrown in there, and
kind of the best way to be, honestly.
Yeah. I mean,
do you want it to be a slow, kind of thing, or would you rather have it go bang bang right out the gate and you just got to adapt?
Yeah, and that's what we did. We're open from 11:30 till whenever the hell I close. So it's not like there's any time where it's really closed down. I mean, no one's going out for breakfast by me anyway, but it's always open. Right. So that's kind of like the thing too. You can kind of go there at 10, 30, 11, sometimes 12, 1, 2, depending on what night it is and if it's busy or not. But you can always go there for an after dinner drink or just to see what kind of DJ is spinning and going wild and who's laying on the floor. what bartenders dancing on the bar? So I mean,
his bartenders are fun.
Great, you got great, I got fun staff.
Yeah,
you got fun staff, and that's kind of like what we wanted in a place like this because it's supposed to be a fun, hangout place for the town and people around the area. So, and people do come from far away to eat the food.
Yeah.
You know, I've had a lot of people from the South Shore come by. Had a lot of people from Smithtown. Not sure why Smithtown, but when I talk to people like, yeah, I'm from Smithtown. What the hell? Oh my God, thanks for coming here. What the fuck are you doing here?
Oh my God.
You know? But yeah, you know, and now again the 6-7 months pass, and now you're in the next phase of really building on what you knew you could fix and keep going and going and going. By the summer's gonna be rocking again because the summer again. I didn't think that I don't think anybody thought that the summer was going to be as busy as it was by us. We were a new restaurant, but we have outside. So it's you don't have that on North Shore really. Yeah. You know, there's nowhere to do that. So.
Yeah, I liked when I moved in here. The first time I moved in here, the office, I walked down and my buddies, I had already eaten by you guys a couple times. And my buddies who helped me move some of my stuff in here, we ate out on the deck and just like looking at Roslyn Landing with the waterfall, like the water fountains, and just right up to the bridge and Main Street. Everyone's walking around outside. Just the vibes are just nice. It's just there.
You got music outside. You know, it's just a great place to just hang out. And then at night, it's like, you know, I got the lights up, and you know, it's got a good hangout. It's just a great hangout spot. So I think I'm maybe even putting a lounge-ish type thing up there just so you can kind of chill and relax, little couches.
I told you I'll be there with my dog, man. I'm gonna come chill. I'm gonna come chill with the dog.
It's great, you know. And people love it. They love it. So they like to be outside. Shocking.
Go figure, right?
Shocking. Even now.
You know, even outside of Manhattan, you don't see that around here. Yeah. Rooftop bars, no.
No, you don't. You got a rooftop. It's just, you know, you push it. It's cool, and people want to be there, you know, which is, thank God that this is a busy town anyway for food and beverage, you know, because people come from all over the place to eat here. You know, they really do. I mean, you got our other restaurant, 388, you know, Chris and Tony's. So, like, that's Syosset, but 388's over in Roslyn, but people are always in the area to eat, you know, so it's good for us. You got the Americana, which is always busy. Yeah. You know, the restaurants over there. So, you know, it's a spot to be.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
It's cool, and I like this better than the Americana area. Less traffic, quieter, and it's just that more of like that hometown feel.
That's that's a place to go and be seen. You know, you go there to be seen.
I don't want to be seen there.
No, leave me alone.
I used to go to Toku all the time.
That's what I'm saying. You go there to be seen.
Yeah,
like,
not anymore.
Who's sitting next to me? Who's at the bar? Who's you know, who's here? You know, that's why you go over there.
Chipolese if you want to pick up a cougar. That's pretty much it.
You said it.
In assembling the menu, I'm curious, like, what was the hardest part? Because obviously it doesn't start out with 30 items. It probably starts with a ton, and you have to kind of...
Yeah, so we decided in the beginning that we were going to keep it small. So we said, this is going to be a small menu. This is what it is. We're going to stick to it. And what we put out is going to be excellent, right? So we don't want to have 100 things on the menu. We want to have 20 things on the menu, and those 20 things are going to be good. So we started with a little bit more of like an upscale sports bar type menu, and we kind of toned it back a little bit to be more of a sports bar with excellent sports bar food, you know. And now as we're growing, we're obviously enhancing that. But in the beginning, we kept it very small, and we tasted everything. You know, those guys that were with us that were putting the menu together, they were also chefs, so they cooked the food for us.
That must not have been a too bad of a trial period.
No, that was fun. Yeah, a couple of those.
And
days.
That was right when you stopped going to the gym, right?
Yeah, that was actually right around that time.
There you go.
That was around that time.
How unfortunate.
Yeah, terrible. What a mistake. So yeah, I mean, they put these things together, and honestly, everything that they put on was really good. So we really didn't kick off too many things. So the menu that when we first opened was basically the menu that we tested on, we trialed on, and
how long does the trial period run? I guess a couple of days, and then you selected off that.
So when we opened up, we had the menu that let's say we opened July 15th. We decided on the menu, I don't know, July 1st, whatever it was. That menu we kept until I'd probably say like the end of August. And then we started adding stuff, and then we started taking stuff away. And, you know, you got to play to the people around the area, right? So, again, going back to Roslyn, you know, and the education on food, and people always go out to eat. You have beautiful homes and beautiful kitchens, but they don't use them. Everyone's out to eat. They know what they're eating, you know. So you gotta kind of play to that. Everyone around here is very into health, fitness, which is no denying, right? And sometimes they want healthier things, like I was saying before, but you could get anything healthy. But those are the steps then we then took to kind of
tweak.
Yes.
Yeah, just
kind of
tailor
tailor
it to that.
Correct. Because you don't want the reputation of like, yeah, the guys have a blast. They'll come and eat the ribs. Ribs are actually, the wings are awesome.
Everyone keeps saying the ribs, and I'm just not.
I'm
not manly enough.
But the ribs and the wings are like excellent, like out of this world. So people are, yeah, it's great for my husband. He comes, he has the ribs, he has the wings. You know,
I gotta get the ribs now. Everyone keeps saying the ribs.
But then the biggest question was, well, what am I going to eat as a female? So that was why we had to make those tweaks. You know.
So what'd you make the tweaks for them?
More salads, more like salmons, things like that. So shrimp cocktail we put on there for them. Turkey burger, and again, you can get anything without the burger. You can get gluten-free bun. That's the next thing. Put tacos on all the time. Tacos are great. The tacos are good.
Is it Tuesday?
Yesterday.
Yeah. What's today? Wednesday?
Karaoke night.
Today's my karaoke night.
Tonight's karaoke night.
John's going up there.
Karaoke night.
I'm gonna get John to go up there with that.
Karaoke night's fun.
Do you have Barry White on tap? Because John's ready.
Whatever you want. Karaoke night is fun. So that brings out more of the town. Come out to sing karaoke. A lot of the women come out. They have a good time. But it is, we started out as a manly place to go hang out, and then you got a lot of kids. They brought their families, and then the women started coming. And now I think we know the direction that it has to go to get everybody on board to be hanging out at the place.
Yeah.
So,
and that's obviously the direction you want to be in.
of course. Yeah.
But it's crazy how in such a small time you've unified the community.
Yeah.
In all these different little ways.
Yeah. We kind of brought everybody in. And everyone's really been to the place, and if you came in the beginning when it was so busy and you saw that it was kind of like so busy that like it's a new business. We didn't have everything together. I'm not gonna lie. It's it is what it is.
You're figuring shit out, and
figuring shit out,
working through the stuff that you can't really control at the time.
We had I'll always remember this day. It was the second day we opened. I had it was a party of 8 upstairs. And they were on the roof and they were having dinner, and a couple of things didn't come out the right way. And they said, never coming back. I'm like, listen, I apologize, the whole thing. Did I give him a gift card? I don't even remember what I did to him, but they never came back. But I'll always remember that table because, now the people that I saw in the beginning that are coming back, they love the place.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like one of those things where you just got to work through it. People don't care that you just opened up. Like, I've been to many restaurants that just opened up, and I was like, the hell? Like, what's going on here? But at the end of the day, they just opened up.
But at the same time, like you're saying, they expect you to already have your shit together, which is crazy to think.
Yes.
Because any new business has to take some time to transition and get used to everything.
It's the part of doing business. It's the nature of it.
Just trying to remember which one's table 1 through 12.
I mean,
seriously.
Trying to make sure the staff shows up.
Yeah.
Trying to make sure
I thought we open next week.
Trying to make sure we got the delivery. Yeah. So, there was a lot of things that in the beginning, I was never nervous. I always knew that it was going to be successful. But, it's, you get a little cautious because people are like, oh, you just opened up. I want this. I'm like, oh, it's been a week. Like, please, it's been a week, But
did you get me duck yet? Did you go out and get duck?
Is duck on the menu? No, it's not on the menu.
What? Why isn't it?
It was originally on the menu, though.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good.
I've never had duck.
It was originally on the menu, and then we took it off. So who the hell's eating duck? Now, like, everybody probably eats duck. We put it on the menu.
That's part of the secret menu, huh?
Yeah. No, not yet. Might add that on. Ooh. Secret menus got a lot of wraps. Got a lot of...
Oh, yeah?
Right.
Yeah. Oh, the wraps are good.
Okay.
Next time.
All right.
Next time you come in, a secret menu, I'm just going to print it out.
Please do. I'm going to staple it right here.
If they mention the voice in Rizzles, they get the secret menu.
Secret.
Come
in for the secret menu.
That's the code.
Come in for it.
And 1 round of Duck Hunter.
And then the place, we have a reputation now of being a great late night party spot. Not party like where you're going crazy, people throwing up everywhere, but party like you come in, you have a good time. There's great music. There's a good vibe.
Good-looking women.
Good-looking women everywhere. It's a good vibe, and it's more relaxed than the other places that you would go in the area.
What now? Here's my question: as a restaurant, what makes Thursday like the night to be for you guys? Is it just like one night you guys everyone just comes out that one night, or is it?
It was, I think, in the area. If you look at the history of the last 7 years in Roslyn, Thursday's always been like the night that people have gone out for a couple of restaurants like Hendrix over here, Kima down the block from us. So it was always a big Thursday night. And then we never wanted to take away business.
Yeah.
It was always, let's just add to something and kind of complement and give them something different, you know. So that's kind of why Thursday is just a busy night for us.
Well,
because
the three of you are totally different.
Completely
different.
Completely different. Yeah. So like that's kind of like why we have a strong Thursday. Because if you want to have a casual hangout, good time, listen to a DJ, and have more of a modern music, I guess you can say, like not top 40s, but you know, good vibe. You know, you come to us. You just run around and run amok and get drunk.
And then the football probably was a big thing for you guys too.
Yeah,
because like you
good.
said, cater to sports in a way. You got TVs everywhere, and you can see the TVs everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah,
you know,
which is
I mean,
great.
we put enough TV. I would like to add more, maybe. You know, I would add more TVs, but you know, sports. We do a lot of sports specials, football at least. You know, as that's coming to an end, we're going to be doing a brunch party.
Cool.
So brunch is something that we're really going to start picking up because you got to fill in that Sunday, right? We got crazy things going on because we're trying to do Mondays. Mondays we're going to do an industry night where you know you have hospitality, you have the salons, you have all those people that need to go out and have a place to party. Kind of bringing back like an old industry night from years back.
A little bit of networking.
Yeah. So one of the guys, you know, that really does the majority of our marketing and stuff. He owns a barbershop. Right, so he's involved in that, and you know he has a huge hook on those people, and you know a lot of the salon owners, they always come and hang out, and people from the restaurant business, they come too. Like a lot of the restaurants close early. Again, we close late, or early, I guess you want to say. But you know if we're closing at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and the other places are closing at 10:30, those guys that are working, they come and hang out.
Yeah.
Grab a drink, you know, just there's nowhere to go. So you come hang out by us, and that's, you know,
That's a whole nother type of demographic that you're not that a lot of other places aren't getting.
It really is because no one else is open.
Or even just people who want to go out to dinner late, like a 9:30, 10.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we don't want to be rushed. Well,
We have a lot of that. You know, we have a lot of that. You know, it's really the late night that, and again, we stay open all the time. We're always open for lunch, you know, so you want to be open. You want to just, you know, people to see, hey, you know, if I want something quick or whatever it is, I'll go get a burger. I feel like a burger. There's, I don't know, golf on TV. I'll go watch golf at Roslyn Social. Like, why not?
Yeah.
In the summer, you know, you have the guys that are playing golf down here. There's so many golf courses and country clubs and all that. So, you know, they come by after, have a burger, have a wrap, have a salad, and, you know, that's why you're always open for these people. But we had a reputation, or have, of a great late night place. And, you know, we kind of just build it on that, doing different type of events every night, you know, and you always want to stay, you know, ahead.
And relevant, yeah.
You want to stay ahead and relevant. And that's the hardest part, because if you take a look at, and I've said this so many times in the past 6 months, so if you look at the places in Long Island that try and have a nightlife, like a party night or whatever it is, usually the first night they do it is rocking. And then after that, it just drops. And it's a couple of reasons. Like the people that, you know, you build it up, you market it, and you're like, yo, this is going to be our Wednesday night. It's going to rock. Come out for ladies' night. They go out for ladies' night. It's a blast. And then the next Wednesday, nobody markets it. It's like, what the hell happened? Like, did you forget? It was so good that you didn't think that you needed to tell somebody to come back?
They all know.
They all remembered to come back on Wednesday.
They thought it was one and done.
Yeah.
It was so good they didn't remember.
It was the blast.
Just waking up from the hangover.
Where'd you go? I have no idea. But I had a good time.
Yeah.
You know? So, you know, that's next part of our, you know, journey, I guess, or building it, is that we got to stay ahead of everything. You know, you got to keep pushing stuff out, keep pushing out content. Like I was talking to you about this, the pictures and the food and all that stuff. It has to be here.
Yeah,
you know, it's just got to be better. You know, and that's it. So you just keep building on it. We see what we had to do. 6 months, we did great, and now we just got to keep getting better.
Yeah, got to keep going up. And I know something crazy, and I don't want to. If you have anything,
you're good.
I always like to make sure I don't want to feel like I'm talking over John. And I know you mentioned to me the crazy thing about opening a restaurant for the first time is you don't have any statistics to go by yet. Well, you don't have a 1 year mark of what you've already done.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, and a lot of things go into that. Like I'll put on a lot of staff. Why? Because I don't know what the hell happened last year. You know, what if tonight on Tuesday in the middle of January is slam packed for no reason? I don't know. You know, I can't say, oh, last year on Tuesday we did, 85 covers. I have no idea. So you got to keep doing things that, you throw stuff out there, you see what sticks, and then after a year, then you kind of figure out what you got to do.
Which is the right way to go about it, because I feel like in any profession, in any industry, or anything in life, I should say. Like I just got that body scan done, like that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Got that body scan done, and I'll show you the results.
I got my appointments. Well, it should be coming up. I
Did
got
you
to
tell them I
got to
you?
reschedule.
They said they'll hook it up.
Yeah, I got to reschedule.
Cool.
Perfect.
So all that data, I can use that data for the better, to better my body, to better my progress in the gym, or I could just see it and go, okay, and put it aside and keep doing what the fuck I'm doing. It's the same thing with businesses, and it's the same thing. You have to understand how important that data is and utilize it. That's why it's data. If you look at it, because I know so many people that just they get the information that they've been asking for, the information they need to excel, and they just don't do anything about it. And that's a lot of issues, and that's probably why you see a lot of businesses close. And
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's like I could tell you, I could sit in a room, there'd be 100 people in the room. I could tell them the greatest idea in the entire world, and how many of them are actually going to do it?
Probably none.
Probably none.
Execution is
Probably
at an
none.
all-time low for a lot of people.
Probably none.
Gary Vee said that. It was actually very interesting. He said execution's at an all-time low, and information absorption is at an all-time high. Nobody wants to execute.
And execution's at an all-time easy right now too.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Compared to
This
how
is
many
fucking-
years ago?
Oh, yeah.
Think about what it was. Think about what it took to start what we're doing right now.
Oh, yeah.
Years ago, you need a whole fucking sound engineering room.
We need a satellite the size of this room.
Probably.
And you have no fucking clue what you're doing.
Yeah.
You have nothing to
We
like,
still
you
don't.
know.
We still don't know.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
I
but
pretend.
No one does.
Yeah.
No.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
But
I just like to eat.
They just make too much to serve it to people
I
once
like
in
to
a while.
eat.
imagine that's the secret. He owns a restaurant because he just likes
I
to
just
eat.
like to eat.
I just like to eat,
It's
hang
kinda
out, and
what
watch
it is,
sports.
you know? I love sports. I love food. You know?
But hey, you'll always be passionate about what you're
That's
doing.
true. I love sports and love food.
Right? There you go.
You know,
You want
Yeah.
somewhere to do it.
you know, it's the beginning, right? This is really my first business that I can say that I own, right? But it's the beginning. You grow from here. It's
And how does that feel, by the way?
great. You know, it's a lot of pride. You know, there's a lot of pride that goes into it. Obviously, you know, in the beginning, I used to be very prideful on what people used to say about it. You know, I used to take it to really, really, really take it to heart. And then I started to learn that, people are going to say shit anyway. Like, it really doesn't matter. You could have the best experience. And they're like, I had a lady the other day. This salad was amazing. A little cold, but it was amazing. And I was like, what? I was like, are you serious? I was like, really? I was like, a little cold. Did you really have to throw that in there? It was a little cold. It's a salad. Like, what did
warm
you
lettuce?
want?
So
What
we
did
didn't
you want
cook
from
the lettuce
salad?
enough.
What did you want?
I want cold
What
salad.
did you want?
Crisp.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's too cold. It's a little too cold, but it's great.
Go get that fucking enamel checked in your teeth.
All right,
go
lady.
Go get your teeth
Thank you so
stronger.
much.
We
Thank
forgot to
you.
grill the lettuce. My bad.
Yeah,
We'll
I'll remember
take
that the
it
next
back.
time. I'll microwave it and bring it out to you. Yeah. But, it feels good. And it's always been something that I always wanted to do. I remember when I was at St. John's, I had an academic advisor, and she took care of like all the athletes, the baseball players.
Yeah.
We always had this at the end of my career there when I was done. I was there 5 years, so I was there a while. But when I was done, she had us do like a whole goal thing of what we wanted to do when we grew up, I guess, which no one ever grows up. I don't even know. I don't know what that means anymore.
I still think I'm 13.
Yeah, right.
Dumb shit.
I think that's how it works, though. I'm starting to understand. I feel like I'm 14, but my head feels like I'm 14. My body
body's getting
doesn't.
bigger and weaker.
But one of the things that I wrote down again, it was a restaurant. I want to own a restaurant. That was kind of one of the things that I had on there. There's other things there too, but they'll probably one day come true, which I hope they do.
That's awesome.
So one was a gym.
Okay.
Okay, more of a baseball type gym.
Yeah.
because that's just what I know.
We'll introduce you to the people we know.
Yeah, really.
So,
And then one was a casino.
okay.
Because of my father. So in that business, I just always said that those are the three things that I always wanted. So
All right. So one out of them.
one out of
So
it.
now we got two
Just
more.
knock 'em down,
we
you
got two.
know?
I
we
mean,
got two
if
more
you-
to
Knock 'em
annihilate.
down.
If you threw like a baseball game and a slot machine in Roslyn Social, she'd be right there, right?
That's true.
You could be there in about 3 hours.
I do have arcade games.
Right?
A batting cage in the back,
that
right on the side.
What is that golden tee? That golf game is it's a heavy bet game.
I'm coming.
Right?
I'm coming to play that. I'm coming to
The
play
claw,
that.
the claw machine, that's your casino right there.
Could you imagine this? We had one free play on that. I had somebody play it and they won.
Really?
Yeah, they got a Yankees stuffed animal. I said, "Are you kidding me?"
Oh, in the claw
Yeah,
machine.
the claw machine. I said, "Really?"
I gotta come try Golden Tee on the claw machine.
No, golden tee's cool.
Yeah.
I spent I think 5 hours already on Buck Hunter. So That's been fun. And actually,
He didn't get it for anybody else. He got it for himself.
so in the city at the club, we had these games also. And I used to find myself staying at work until like 7 o'clock in the morning just because I was sitting there and was playing free buck hunting.
Maybe you should get rid of the games.
Amazing, right? Like, what am I doing?
Why am I still here?
That's what the first thing I said to you when I walked in. I was like, they have arcade games downstairs?
There's strippers behind me. I'm playing duck hunting.
There's a freaking arcade
There's
game?
strippers behind me, and I'm playing duck hunting.
Stop.
Hey, Nick.
Please, do you want in? Let's go. I bet I can beat you. But yeah.
Put your jacket on. It's cold.
Yeah. So it's wild. It's fun.
Let me finish off on this. So, as a business owner, one piece of advice that you give anybody that you wish you knew before you opened your business. What is something that you wish you knew going into it?
Wish I knew, or
Yes.
what I would give advice to?
Advice or
Wish I knew. Well, I knew it was going to be hard.
Okay.
I didn't know it was going to be as hard.
Okay.
Because for the beginning, it really, really wears on you, and you really got to just push through it, because that's like, you have a goal, and you know what your goal is. You know where you're going to be, and if you just keep going, it's so many ups and downs. It's just like unexpected things happen. You just keep trucking along. It's you no let up. That's like a family motto of mine: no let up. So, it's something where you know where you're going to go. You keep rocking, keep rolling. You're going to meet a lot of people that can help you out. And I would probably say that any new person that you meet could be a potential, new business venture, or, something that you can kind of branch off onto also, because you never know who you're going to meet. Everybody can walk, especially in this area, right? So you could be walking down the street, you meet someone, holy shit.
Well, I was there for lunch one time, and one of the guys goes, he goes, hey, you want to take a, what was it? Oh, a green tea shot with us? I was like, fuck it. All right, man, line it up. Let's go.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah,
and
they were got 3 business dudes that were just sitting there.
Business guys are all around. And, again, take every opportunity, that you think would work out, and you just run with it. Don't hold back. It's not easy. So anyone that says it's easy, it's probably not the right thing. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ups and downs. It hurts. Sometimes it sucks. You have to sacrifice. Like, whether it's spending time with your family, or like me, I sacrificed the gym, right? Now I'm at the point where I could say, okay, so now I got to bring that part of my life back into it so that I can kind of come full circle and have my full self going at the business, you know, and it's all for, you want to take care of yourself, obviously, always. But, it's all for the betterment of everything around. The people that I employ, they have to have the best of me. If not, then I'm just the asshole boss.
Yeah, it's not fair to you or them.
You're a prick.
Right, they're not happy.
I've heard people tell me that. You're a prick. But I said I was in the beginning. I said, now I'm cool. I got beat up today.
That was the first month.
I got beat up today. I'm fine. Knock some sense into me. But yes, that going back to that, it's you have a goal, you keep rocking, you keep rolling, and you don't quit on what you envision down the road. Because what I've learned, and I've had a lot of jobs, like just a lot of weird jobs. You can make so much money or be so successful in literally anything. Anything. Like, you could, anything. What is this? Like, anything. You could do anything. So it's like, that's the biggest thing that I would say, is that if you find something, you love it and you like it, and you can see yourself making a career out of it, do it. Because even if it's weird, I want to make tie-dye T-shirts. Well, guess what? Someone made tie-dye T-shirts. They're doing pretty freaking good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's something like that. So
Something I always say is, there's a billionaire walking around who made the pool noodle.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
It's a styrofoam ring with a hole in it. This guy's walking around making billions.
it's true. I'm pretty sure, maybe, I don't know if Gary Vee said that at one point in his life, but you can make money off of any business. Like, when I was in the trucking business with my cousin, like, I got out, but he was successful as hell, So like, I was like, oh, fuck, I'm driving a truck. What the fuck? I'm driving a truck. I'm in traffic all day, like, just a pain in the ass. But guess what? You put in your time, and at the end of the day, if I stayed in that business in 5 years from when I started, I'd be doing great. I'd be successful. No questions about it. Guaranteed. If I, didn't want to open this and want to be in the hospitality business, and I stayed probably doing, something I didn't love, but I liked doing it, like making custom shirts and suits and all that stuff for people, I'd be super successful at it. I just didn't have the passion for it at the end of the day. I was like, oh, this is like a side job. Like, I'm just doing it to just kind of be with people and meet people, network, So that's it,
Boom. Listen,
That's
man.
it, yeah.
Absolute pleasure having you.
It's great to see you guys.
Oh yeah, well I'm probably gonna come by right now.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
I heard that.
I'm hungry too.
I heard that golden tea.
Yo,
Yeah.
Golden Tea's sick.
Can't wait to try it. Sick. John, kick this outro for us.
So, thank you everybody for tuning into this week's episode of The Voice.
And Rizzles with my man.
Nicky Lou.
Hey now, Roslyn Social.
Let's go.
Roslyn Social.
Peace.